but he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They pitch it out to Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. A lot of time in the pocket there, and the quarterback able to find an open throwing lane, and he delivered.
What a terrific job by the guys up front, able to tamp down the pass rush that they've been getting all day.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Carr. That is caught at the 7. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Keeps that. He's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Raiders have retaken the lead. And they wasted no time, right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front, have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
And he's able to put it through. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And Charles, I got to tell the story of our production meeting the other day. The guys were discussing MVP candidates, and you jumped in and said, hey, we need a collective MVP, the Dallas Cowboys O-line.
And I'm just glad the table supported me when I jumped up on it, because this Dallas offensive line fires me up. Travis Frederick at center, Ronald Leary at left guard, Zach Martin at right guard, Doug Free at right tackle, Tyron Smith at left tackle. They're as good as it is in the league. I think they're the best in the league, clearly. They should be in consideration for the MVP.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
Now let's go!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a second down throw for Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that leads to a Washington first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Cousins, his throw incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On third down, Cousins. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. And this is caught by Jackson. It'll be a gain of 11. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.